Welcome to the Costello Coaching Podcast, where we talk about developing the human within the athlete. My vision is to enhance people's performance in all aspects of their lives. I hope you enjoy.
Hey, we're back here with the Costello Coaching Podcast. I'm the co-host, probably, Andrew Rohrbach. I love putting probably in there because it always gives a little smile to Tommy Costello over there, who is also the host of the Costello Coaching Podcast.
Never officially any host in this podcast. It's just a podcast.
Don't you always say, I'm Tommy Costello, your host for the Costello Coaching Podcast?
No, I say, welcome back. You know I don't say that.
Really?
No, I say, and we're back with the Costello Coaching Podcast. I'm Tommy Costello with my man, Andrew Rohrbach. Like that.
That's you do that. All right, I'll start again. Welcome to the Costello Coaching Podcast. We're back. I'm Andrew Rohrbach. I'm the co-host of this thing. Tommy's not the host or any of that. He's just Costello. In this episode, we got Lucas here.
What's going on, dude?
Not much. We got Lucas here and Tommy. They're on opposite. Do we have the cameras going on this?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, sweet. I just thought it would be beneficial for you guys to tell your story. Like, how'd you guys meet? Because for the listeners, actually, let me preface this for the listeners watching.
Yeah, introduce who Lucas is.
Yeah, Lucas Keeler, Lucas, no K. If he was a CAS or a KAS, it would be kind of weird. Keeler, Keeler. What's your handles?
Yeah, do you want my social security number too?
No, I don't want your social, but your handles. Instagram. What's your Instagram? Because you give good insight on
Lucas.Keeler.
Yeah, you give good insight on how to build a business and how to help with social media and stuff. So
I do. That's true.
So Lucas is pretty much the behind the scenes guy for Costello Coaching, which is a popular Costello, but
I'm not the star of the show,
podcast.
But the job gets done.
Yeah. So Lucas, I think you played baseball and Tommy was coaching you.
My JV year.
Yeah, it's at TO High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophomore. So
Lucas is just this down to earth guy, young 18-year-old kid who's been absolutely crushing it for Tommy. And you guys are pretty inseparable. I thought it would be really good if we had a podcast where you guys talked about how you guys met, what you guys are doing currently, and do you guys always travel in teams?
Because the person I spend the most amount of time with in my life over the past 8 months has been Lucas Keeler.
Yeah, because I
might even ramp that up. Probably like the last year.
No. Since you graduated high school.
Oh, yeah, true.
But just to backtrack a little bit, every time I invite Tommy somewhere, Lucas is coming with.
Yep.
So when did that start?
Well, okay.
Where do you want to start? Like my sophomore
let's start
year?
right now. No, let's start right now and go backwards.
Let's start at conception.
Like when we met?
When did you guys conceive each other?
Okay. That's too far.
That's too far.
A little too much.
When did this all start?
Go ahead. You tell him what happened.
My sophomore year, Tommy came in as this, I guess you would say this fireball of energy. We had this really bad coach my sophomore year for JV, and Jack Wilson was the head coach, ex-MLB baseball player, stud of a guy. And we got this news, this guy, Tommy Costello, is coming in to coach the team. And so like all these guys are like hyping him up or whatever, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking like in my head, like, yeah, all these guys were like hyping him up, like guys that like trained with him, right?
Well, yeah. Oh, they were.
And I'm like, wow, like y'all are sucking his dick right now, right? Like this is like this guy's gonna be shit. Like that's what I thought in my head, like all the preconceived notions. Like this guy's gonna be like fucking nothing. Like, and you could like see like in his like team snap. I remember this, or we had like his Instagram or team snap, like his old photo. And I'm like, this guy looks like a doofus, bro. I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, that was my immediate like first thought.
Wow.
And then
I've never known this.
No. But it was funny though, because like all the
what team snap?
notion.
What photo?
It was like some photo that like we got. I don't even know how. Like the boys did some searching somehow.
That's sick.
But it was funny.
Okay, let me tell on my perspective. Wait, you can go there. I know you're going to compliment me here in a second, but I don't need that. Jack Wilson, okay, was asking me. I felt like I had a lot going on in my life. I really didn't. Looking back at it, but at the time I did. I was like, dude, I'm doing 6-7 sessions a day. I'm I was training professional athletes. I was like, I got a lot going on. And he took me golfing, and right on the first tee box, hey, I need a JV coach. Season starts in a week and a half. Like, can you do the job? And I was like, no, man, I can't. So I tell him I can't. He asked me literally every hole. And then the 14th hole, I said yes. By the 16th hole, there was a contract in my email from the athletic director. By the 18th hole, it was signed. And it was in a matter of a round of golf. And I remember going home. I told my mom I'm going to coach the JV team at Thousand Oaks High School. And she was like, there's no way you have enough time for that. And I was like, and my dad's like, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
And paid $1,000 for 3 months of work.
Yeah, I didn't care. It was cool. And so we, I just remember like showing up, and my perspective on you guys was like, all right, well, what kind of is there, what's the talent look like? And I feel like JV is going to be the worst age to coach because there's a bunch of guys that think they're good that are freshmen, and then a bunch of guys that are juniors that are pissed off they're not on varsity, and they're like, I was afraid that they were going to be like, kind of like derelicts. Like,
yeah, it's a weird dynamic.
Like really resistant to coaching. And so my dad gave me some good advice. He said, go out there and hold the dog by the collar first. Don't give him any leash.
Classic Big Tom fashion.
Yeah. So what did I do?
Well, this is the funny thing too, is that before, I think we scrimmaged our first, you came in, we scrimmaged the freshman
The
team,
first
right?
day I showed up.
First day, we scrimmaged the freshman team. It's keep in mind, only freshmen on this. There's no soft. There might have been one, but TO had a really good program. So if you're on JV and we had 6 juniors on our team, so we were pretty junior stacked. We lost the freshmen 6-2, and
Whoa.
it was bad. We got our asses beat, and it was just
I was just watching.
Tom was just watching, and then the next
These
day,
guys suck.
The next day, dude. The next day, we show up and it's ran like a football practice, like drill sergeant shit.
Like what? Like what was it?
We come in there and it's all right, we're doing ladders. We're throwing on
But
command.
you got it. I started a group chat and I gave everyone what the day. I texted out what
the practice plan.
Yeah, I texted out a practice plan and I said, hey, this is what we're working on.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight real quick. You had never coached a team ever?
Yeah, I did. I coached 8th grade football team when I was a junior in high school.
Okay, but other than that, as an
elite
adult,
level coaching right there.
Yeah, sure. But as an adult, this is your first shot at coaching.
I was a head JV coach, yeah, at a school that won CIF.
Yeah, you should have seen his flips.
So it was pretty legit.
It was fire.
So your dad gives you that advice, the dog collar advice, which is I've met your dad a couple times. It sounds very up to par with Big Tom.
No, it does.
What did you do? How did you start out? What was your thought process on how am I going to get this team cohesion together, and where did Lucas fall into that?
Okay, so my thought process was, if we can add some moving out of the lens of TO, I really believe that young men crave structure. So me providing a practice plan and letting them know what was coming is my first sign of helping people really have. In order to get buy-in, you got to give something for them to buy. And so my first step was, all right, tell them what's coming. Tell them what's coming and show up with an absurd amount of energy and care that you want to be there. Because what's most JV jobs like? They kind of don't want to be there. But the way I think about it, whether it's egotistical or not, whatever I put my name on, I want it to be really freaking good, because I don't want my name associated with anything that's other than great.
Right, anything subpar, that's not your brand.
That's not me. So if I'm going to be the JV coach, no way we're losing to the freaking freshman team. That's bullshit. So I come out that next day. I didn't really know any of the kids. I was trying to learn all their names and get to know them, because I hadn't trained. I had trained a couple freshmen there at TO and then varsity guys. I didn't really work with any guys that were on the JV team, which was kind of nice.
Did you go out there and condemn them for the freshman thing?
No.
Not at all.
No. I went out there and I said, all right, guys, this is where we're at. This is how we're going to do this thing. Let's start like this. This is how we're going to warm up. This is how we're going to play catch. These are the ladder drills we're going to do. We're going to control two things. We're going to control the running game and our ability to play catch. We're gonna control the controllable. Here's the controllable things. We're gonna work extremely hard on the controllable. I don't care how talented or untalented you are. We can be good at these things. And then when I got out there and started hitting them ground balls and started doing some more like baseball stuff, they were all coached really well. Jack Wilson is the best baseball coach I know. Like the best baseball coach I know.
Yeah.
Let me say that a third time. Jack Wilson is the best baseball coach I know.
Really good infielders.
And all the infielders, every single guy was incredible with the way they approached the ground ball, shuffled through the ball, and played catch with the first baseman. So I was like, oh my God, the hardest part of the game, these guys got covered. Like, this is sweet.
So what was the problem?
Mentality.
Who was the coach before? You said it was a bad coach. You actually don't have to give names.
No, it was just a guy. It was a young guy that was out there to hit ground balls and just kind of hang out.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
what
was
it
like
was. It was a
basically
hangout sesh.
So
19 years old and
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out.
So was this a big shock in the right direction for you?
Oh yeah, it was an amazing shock for the team.
Was the team all pumped about it? Like after the first practice,
Well,
what was
yeah,
the?
I think the team gets like, on about it because like there was no like community, like you know what I mean. Like there was no like we showed up to practice and like we went home, like but then like when Tommy came, it was like oh my God, the boys are practicing the day. Like the boys are out. Like it was like the practices were fun because like it was like this is like the goal and like we're gonna win, you know, Marmonte League or whatever it was, and we're gonna strive for this goal and we're gonna hit it, but like. And we're gonna do all this work to prepare for it, and like I would say is that like I craved structure, and all the guys did too. Like there was no structure behind the practices, and like he said, like the practices were super structured. Like we were throwing on command. Like we did the ready, set, throw. Like you know we had 30 throws before each thing. We had to do push-ups for every throw that we dropped, and like it was like you had to wait for every guy to come back if the throw was overthrown. But it was just like. It was really nice because like we had the community and all the boys were tight. Like those guys were some like the tightest guys that, like I'm still tight with today. Like and even like when I went to varsity my senior year, like I don't talk to any of those guys. I talked to more of the junior my sophomore year, the JV guys now.
So did any of the stuff that he had you do feel very like basic, like very elementary? Like what do we like? Why are we just playing catch? And what,
no, I wouldn't say it's like elementary. I think it was just. Really structured. It was like because like when we started doing like the throws on command, it was like we had we were doing different throws for each thing, and we were going 10 steps back, and we were doing like crossovers or whatever, shuffle, shortstop throws, whatever it was. But it was very structured, and we just weren't used to that. I think that was the biggest thing.
What does that feel like, Tommy, for him to just go through some of the stuff that he learned 3-4 years ago?
You know what's funny is I remember this all the time is we would always steal right after we stole second base. Like that was like his biggest thing. It's like nobody ever expects it. We steal second base, we steal third right away. Like next pitch we go. And like we did it a million times and we always got away with it too.
So what does that feel like, Tommy?
And then he always said too, ground balls or throwing errors. The throwing errors, he preached the throwing errors because like 80% of the pitch or the errors in the game were throwing errors, and then like 20% was something else.
It was
So we hit like a million ground balls, and like I remember whenever we hit a ground ball and someone overthrew it, like the first baseman, the whole team like rallied. It was like hilarious. Like in the dugout, the boys would be going crazy.
Oh yeah, it was fun. The dugout was fun.
Like there was we tracked pop flies too.
Yeah,
like the amount of pop flies that we had, like we did push-ups or something. Like we wanted more ground balls.
Oh, with the hitting, with the BP.
With the hitting, yeah.
Yeah, I would do some like. So this is kind of like my coaching structure, and my coaching structure is like I have a ton of structure around what we're gonna do, but a ton of freedom in their expression of themselves. Yeah. So it's a ton of structure in what we do, but I do not provide structure for how they need to like act. Like there's standards that we're gonna hold, but the structures are gonna uphold the standards, but each individual needs to live into their own self. And so guys could be weird. Guys could be angry. Guys could be goofy. And that was it. But hey, you got to tell them the Calabasas story.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell another legendary story before this, too. So, like, we had this one practice where Tommy was throwing BP. and we're on the freshman field of Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
You know what this field looks like? It looks like straight dog poop, right? Like it's just not good. And Tommy's like throwing
It's
BP.
like like 90 degrees out.
Oh yeah.
In like
but remember
April.
Tommy too? Like he goes, "Yeah, I tore my UCL like 6 months ago." Like
No,
before
not
this.
6 months ago. A month ago, like 2
a
months
month ago. And
Yeah.
this guy goes, I throw BP with like the whole deal, and it's like his arm is somehow good. We're like, okay. So this guy always throws BP, and he starts like ramping it up because like he's mixing in curveballs, like change ups on BP, and he's getting like ramped up. Like, how the fuck are you not hitting this? Like, and he gets back onto the mound, starts throwing 86 to 88 to our guys, and he's K'ing all of them. He K'd the side. He K'd probably 12. 15 in a row.
16 straight innings.
16 straight guys. And these
No,
guys,
not straight guys. 16 innings. 8 innings back and forth. I pitched both sides.
Yeah. No, that's right. He did do that. And the best part is that
A month after tearing my UCL.
And I was a PO too, right? So like I wasn't going up there to hit, but all the guys coming back were just shaking their head like, I don't know what to do. Like they were just like, how am I supposed to hit this?
Yeah.
He's throwing slider, he's mixing in a changeup, and he's throwing curveball and a fastball that moves.
Okay, so let me slow you guys
And then
down.
no, but this is the best part. He strikes everybody out, walks out, and goes, I'll see you guys tomorrow."
That's great.
He didn't even after team meeting. It was just like, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
like focus up.
That sounds very Tommy-ish.
Humbled everybody.
Let me slow it down for a second though. So how did you guys get together? So like other than the TO thing, also Tommy, it's probably really nice to hear. But it's also probably really nice to hear him talk about these fond memories because technically, other than your coaching job that you had when you were a junior in high school,
tell him how we started going.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Like it must feel pretty good for him to talk about.
I think it's just fun. Like makes me want to go coach more baseball. That's why I have a 13U team.
Yeah. So how did you guys get together? Or did Lucas, did you at some point
So
go,
he kept wanting to train with me and
I
felt I said no because I felt uncomfortable. I didn't want like people who were on the team paying me for personal training, like it was incentivizing if they play or pitch or not. So I just kept saying no. And then towards the end of the season I said sure. And he would come over. This is when I trained everybody out of my mom and dad's house. And he'd come over at like 5 a.m. before school. And him and Brady, who is like a brother of mine, and Bubs, Eli,
Bubs.
He was on the team. Great kid. 3 awesome dudes that are like ride or dies. My original guys that I trained like from the get-go at the park. Like those are just great dudes that I absolutely love. And they would just show up and train, and Lucas, extremely hard worker. And so then kind of fast forward, like the next year, I'm obviously not coaching, but they continue to train. We have this consistency of a relationship, and Lucas has always been able to do things on his own. So while his parents are super supportive of him and loving and caring and like there for him, never so much in like the sports world. Like Lucas would he was so on his own. Like I knew all the parents on the JV team. Like I'm still not that close with his parents. But I think that's a blessing in a way because they've let him go out and create his own. And so anyways, he always handled all the payments for the training. I never talked to the parents. Like it was always me and Lucas handling our business. And so then he set he meets with me and he says that he really wants to try this thing and like try to go play college baseball. I'm going to go to a tryout. I found this scout ball team I could go try out for, figured out how much it cost, figured out how to try out, figured out how to get there. No one like helped him do this. And I was like, dude, this guy's a machine. And so during that summer, he goes and does that. And he's like working at like 5 a.m, picking up like sandbags and bricks at like a construction yard.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you doing this? And he's like, I gotta get a job. I gotta work. I gotta pay for this stuff. And I was like, dude, you're so skilled. Like that's unskilled labor. Like you're so skilled. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're so skilled. We need to find like a skilled job for you. And so he grabbed an interest in business. He got in the entrepreneurship program. He started doing a lot of great things there. And then he was really like artsy, like with a camera, like really good with the camera. He'd post on his social media some like really cool photos of, him and his friends or some cars or like really cool stuff that he did himself. And he kept bringing a camera around. And so he gets an offer to go play D2 baseball, which was great. So he accomplished that. Isn't the right school for him, doesn't really want to pursue that, so he decides not to. And then in October of 2022, which is just nuts to think, I get an opportunity to go speak at San Diego State. And I say to Lucas, hey, you think you come down and video this for me? I think it would be pretty cool if you videoed it. He was like, yeah, sure. And so I check him out of school. I pick him up. And
you checked him out of school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked him out of school multiple times to come film.
Yeah. And so I picked him up, like pulled him out of math class. And then we drove down to San Diego State. And like, it was the first time we kind of like hung out like that. Like a 3-hour drive down, full day. We went and got a meal together.
What were the conversations like?
I just learned more about his family.
Yeah.
Like I learned more about him. I learned more about his goals. He was kind of wondering like what was going on, like if he should go play college baseball or where his heart's at with that. Like, the coaching staff that he had his senior year they weren't great.
Pretty tragic.
They're bad. And so he just had a really bad taste in his mouth because of the experience that he was having there. And I think for me, I saw this person that was very, very talented that hadn't been acknowledged for his talent and extremely hardworking and really smart, like really, really smart. And so I was like, wow, this guy's really unique. And I just learned about him and learned about what he wanted, and I found something that, he could continue to work towards. And I knew that I needed to grow in terms of like content. I just never knew how. And he didn't really know how either, but I just knew that we worked together, and he knew who I was at the true essence of me and how I coach and what I'm about. And we've spent a lot of time on the ground with each other. And so he goes and videos this talk at San Diego State, clips it up. I'm like, dude, this looks sick. Like, this is fire. And he's like, let's post it. And we post it, and it gets like 100,000 views. I was like, oh, damn. And then he did another one, killed it. And then I got an opportunity to go speak because of those videos at another college, and he clips that up, and that killed it. And I was like, dude, we got something here. He's like, could I make you a TikTok? Boom, views, followers. And then in March, we really sat down and said, hey, we're going to game plan this content game. Like, you're going to take over my podcast and all my videoing, everything. And now he's trying to up my Riz game on my personal page. So now my personal page, he is posting on.
It's starting to look good.
It's starting to look good. And so I expect in about a month and a half, my personal page will look fire. And finally, it was disorganized. Lucas didn't like it. It didn't go with the brand well.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And so anyways, that is like kind of the full story on what we've done together. And more than just that, he's an absolute savage when it comes to business, well beyond his years, and coaches me and teaches me a ton. But more so, it's because he has an incredible amount of drive and work ethic to consume knowledge and work through it. Like he reads and studies and finds mentors. And this guy, I never wanted him to work for me. So I never wanted him to work for me. I was like, you're too powerful to work for me. And I don't want you to feel like you have a ceiling by working for me. You're going to work with me. But when I'm not going to pay you until you turn 18. The day you turn 18, what did we do?
Went to Chase Bank, set up a financial or my own account. And I actually followed for my LLC too. So
I drove him to the bank and I said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to set up a bank account and we're going to set up an LLC, and you're going to get to use me. I'm going to pay you. You're going to use my brand and everything that you build with me to help launch your business. And now I'm not going to share his numbers, but he's making more than 88% of Americans today as an 18-year-old. And he does content for me, but he does it for companies that make $50 million. He does it for big-time companies, big-time people, and he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Only way this podcast grows is if it's shared. So please share it with your friends, family, or anyone you feel like it can help enhance their performance in their life. A little karma goes a long way. Let's get back to the show.
Do you love what you do, Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had the drive. I think that's why. Like what he said. I mean, I've always like my parents never pushed me for anything in my life. It was always like, oh, you want to play baseball? Sure. Like go play baseball. Like there was no push. Like there was like I wanted to go do training sessions. You know, I had to go do it. Like they're not gonna go do it for me. Like there was no. Like here's the credit card. You know, go do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like it was like always
the financial support, always the love,
Yeah,
but
always
like
the
it
love.
wasn't like the hand holding. Like we're gonna
But
do
like
it with you.
even at games, like you know, like there's a lot of parents out there that go to like their every game of their kids. Like you know, even though I was a pitcher, so like they wouldn't show up to like any of my games unless like they knew I was pitching. So like if I even like went to go close a game for like 3 innings, like they wouldn't be there. So they probably went to like maybe 2 of my games, and then maybe like my senior year they maybe went to 1.
Wow.
And then, but they were always supportive. Like,
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
what I wanted to do.
For
and I was
sure.
always like pushing myself. And Tommy said that one time I was lifting the concrete bags that's the summer my dad got me a job at this building materials place. And I would wake up and I was paying for a lot of the sessions myself at this point with like the money I was making from that place. And I would show up at 6 a.m. They wanted me to come at 5 a.m., but I was like, there's no way. So 6 a.m. I would come in and they had these 90-pound bags of mortar, cement, mix, whatever it was. And I couldn't drive a forklift. So like the guys would send me up into the trucks and I would just start throwing bags into the back of the trucks. We were doing about 15 trucks an hour and about like 15 to like 20 bags a truck. And I keep in mind, like I was like 140 pounds, 150 pounds, like lifting with Tommy in the evening and then doing this in the morning from like 6 a.m. to 3. So it was definitely a grind. And
He'd come over and be like, I haven't eaten. I've just been lifting cement.
You know, I wouldn't eat.
What are you doing, bro?
You weren't eating the cement? That's
No. I wasn't even. Yeah,
That's probably the best bet.
No, that is. You know what they actually Saturday they'd bring in breakfast burritos. I would have like half a breakfast burrito.
So let me ask you, like, clearly a very interesting relationship you guys have on how it started and where it's at and where it's.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you see it going? And
I mean, I do not want to. So
Yeah,
Andy does 18 units, college credits a semester.
Oh yeah,
The biggest thing,
it's a grind.
like personally, I want to just watch him like dominate and build and grow and do it. But like, I just know that, look at him fixing the cameras, right? Like he's not only the entertainment, he's not only the entertainment, but he's like fixing it, directing it.
We gotta make sure.
You're like actor and director here. But
There's a lot of those out there.
the biggest thing like for me is that I need him. Like he's I would call him the CEO of Costello Coaching. Like he directs where we're going in terms of business growth, how we're going to acquire more clients, like what we need to do in terms of content, brand, look, image, feel, like the really important things that are involved in scale are him, like straight up him. Like I'll fund it and I'll work and I'll build it. But like the business growth for me is directly correlated with how good he's been.
so does he deserve like a pay raise?
He got a pay raise.
There you go. So where do you see it going, Lucas? You're building your own thing, and
It's just it's like sad and I can envision the future because I always obviously I think about it where it's like, well, fuck, you know, or excuse my language right there, but like one day this is not gonna be like how it is right now, and obviously like you want to like it's like this is a dream, dude. Like working with Tommy every day, it's like working with like your older brother and just like grinding to like where you really want to be. Like obviously like he wants to be somewhere in life and obviously I want to be somewhere in life, but it's like I'm 18, he's 26. I can help him get there now. And then I can take all the lessons from what I learned from him and teach. Obviously I already taught it to myself, a lot of them, and go apply it to my own business or whatever else I want to do. But it's like, it's sad to see the day where it's like, I'm going to be running my own thing and obviously he'll be running his own thing too, but we won't be together as much. But
yeah, just for the viewers at home, Tommy's got a little perspiration in his eyes. He's getting a little emotional. What are the emotions?
I mean,
bringing
you
out?
just, dude, you better just find some people that can you can teach how to build the content because like you're not stopping with me until we got 10 little Lucases running around editing and doing the filming and shit. Because I mean, like I love like doing this with you. Like I mean the fun part about like business, the game of business, like is fun. Like that's the competitive spirit, and you're my teammate. Like
it's like the startup lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not even like a startup or anything like that. It's just like it's just the grind of like getting to do it with someone and like having someone that's so willing to like put in 120 hours with me a week, and like just that mentality of like I don't care what time it is. Like I don't care what day of the week it is. It's Sunday at 8:30 at night. We're fucking working because like we want to get it done. Like we want to be better. We want to have it done. Like so that's why, you're the closest person to me over the past 6 months. And it's like that. Yeah. I don't want to lose that.
I think it's a lot different too, like doing it by yourself and then doing it with someone else.
Yeah.
Like doing it with someone else, it's like, I think it's way easier.
Yeah. Well, it feels like you're part of a team, right? And the team, if it's someone that you're actually
like the team environment's so much easier.
Well, it's just funny because like these guys report to him. We have like 25-year-old men reporting to Lucas at full like respect and like of what this guy has to say. At no point does anyone ever think he's 18 or like doubt anything he says, but it's because his preparation is so on point.
There's also an aspect of this too, and Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems as though Tommy might be some sort of like a mentor for you. And let me finish real quick is with that mentor, like what does that mean to you, as well as what is the thought process behind that you're possibly going to be a mentor for someone, and what tools did you learn from Tommy that you might bring to somebody else?
It's scary. I'm going to be a mentor one day.
You might already be a mentor for
someone. What's funny is I'll have kids come up to me, and I always at literally a high school party. Like, I'm still 18 for a Halloween the other day. And like these kids were like, I had 3 kids in front of me. I was teaching them how to scale a business, and they're like fully intrigued in it. And I was like, dude, I kind of feel like a little bit of a mentor, but it's funny because he's such like a mentor to me. And a lot of people don't know this, but, for the longest, I think for the full 4 years I've known you, it's like, I called him Chief for the entire time. And then one day I was like, hey, like, do you know like why I call you Chief? He was like, no. And I'm like, well, there's a difference between like a leader and a chief. Like the chief is like on the work, doing the work with the people. Like he's on the ground doing it with them. It's much more different. A lot of wisdom from the chief. He's like all about the people, all about the tribe, the community, the entire thing. Well, the leader's just telling you what to do. Mm-hmm. Go fucking over there, go do it. Yeah. So like it's weird because he's like an older brother. He's a mentor. He's like my boss. But it's like, there's no easy way to explain like our relationship. It's just like Tommy's just Tommy. And it's just like there's no other way to explain it besides like he's literally my older brother, basically, who's taught me so much.
Well, like what's the most valuable lesson you've probably learned from Tommy?
Relationships.
What about him?
Tommy's really good relationships. So like I was horrible with like relationships from a business standpoint and kind of personal standpoint, where like this guy would take 40 phone calls a day and be on the phone with different types of people, and he would check in on people. Like that was not me. I would never do that. I'm getting better at it. Maybe I'm like on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 4. Like this dude's probably an 8 on it, or a 7. I don't know. Like, what would you rate yourself on?
Probably 11.
Yeah, he's really good with it. He's always checking on people. Really good with personal relationships. Like we can go into anywhere. Like the other night, we went into dinner, and he knows everybody in the restaurant. Like if I went to that restaurant like 3 days out of the 7 nights of the week, I might know one person. Like they would recognize me and be like, hey, how you doing? But like this guy comes in here, acts like he like owns half the place, and all the people respect him. And it's like that to me, like I get to sit back and watch it and like learn from it and be like, kind of take notes. Like what is he doing here? Like how is he kind of like interacting with these people?
What is he doing there?
It's interesting because Tommy's just like, I wouldn't say it's a natural flirt. It's more of just like a natural person and natural energy to be around. So like Tommy brings a massive amount of energy to any conversation that he comes into. Like I'll get a phone call from Tommy, and it's like, boom, like next big idea that he has for like the company or whatever's going on, and boom, we're getting a new sales guy. This guy's all on board, like he's hyped about it, and I'm like, whoa, like where are we going with this? Like, he's the guy with a million ideas, and like he's like generally looking out for everybody that he like knows. Like if it's the bartender at that restaurant that night, like he's generally happy for that guy doing stand up because he was doing stand up on the side. Like you know what I mean? He's like, how's the stand up going? Like, how's the whole gig? And
so
he's
what
like,
have you? What
we're
have
all
you
laughing about it?
Yeah. So what have you taken from that? Like, what do you do in your personal life?
I just wouldn't entertain that. I wouldn't entertain like.
No, I'm
people
saying like, what have
doing.
you learned from him, and like, what are you implementing in your life that is implementing that type of
the
behavior?
personal relationships. I would say I'm implementing that. And I'm just learning from him. Like, there's no like, I don't think there's like an actual like skill of it. I think it's just, I think the biggest thing you can do to like really learn is watch someone that's good at it and like be around them, and then you just naturally are able to do it.
Yeah. So have you taken any steps to do it? Like, do you go into the situation?
I'm way better now. Yeah.
Nice.
Before I was horrible. Like if like you asked me how I was doing today, I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I would leave it at that. But like now I'd be like, I'm doing good. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I did this yesterday, and life's going great. How are you doing?
Great.
But like back then I would have been like,
quiet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Tommy, what have you learned from Lucas? Most memorable thing, most valuable thing that you've learned from Lucas?
Just like an unwavering commitment to the me, like someone who just completely has your back, and in the way that like whatever work needs to be done, the work will be done, and no questions asked. Like the guy doesn't complain about anything, and that is like such a clear thing of, okay, the work needs to be done. All right, let's do the work. And I could be on him about anything, or not even on him, but just like I'm thinking that something needs to get done, right? And we need to do something to get better here, and we talk about it. It's no like, hey, well, what about this? Or like, oh, I'm busy, or like, I want to do this. Like, I think this is best for me. It's just a straight up, all right, let's go.
Why do you think he's bought into you? What is it about you?
I really believe this. He knows that I believe in him. I think I believe in him more than he believes in himself, and I think that he has the power to do some incredible things, and I push him where he's uncomfortable, and he loves that. I think where he's comfortable is the workhorse, where I say, hey, Lucas, this needs to be done, and he can bury his head in the work and do it. And where I push him to be better is like, dude, like, hey, this is an opportunity here if you just, work into this relationship. Like if you just start to serve these people in the way that you know how to serve, it's going to come back to you tenfold. Like, don't be so concerned with the money, or don't be so concerned with them. Just like use your skill to help them, and like watch the way it comes back, and your everything will expand. So like I go into the restaurant last night that he's talking about, and there's no tables there. There was people
Zero.
standing out the restaurant waiting for a table. But I know the bartender. I've established a relationship with the bartender. I walk in there. I go, Dave, how's it going, babe? Hey, can I get you your drink? Like, can I get you that club soda with lime juice? Yeah, I love that, man. Thank you. Can we get my boys taken care of? Oh, they're almost finishing up. You want these seats? Yeah. We'll get those seats. But those people like knew that I was invested in them first. And then it just happened naturally. I wasn't walking in there, where's my table?
Right.
I'm the man here. Like, where's my table? It was like, yeah, we'll stand here the whole night if we have to stand here. I'll talk to you and we'll have a drink. We'll eat. If we have to stand, we have to stand. Like, it's all good. But we sat and ate, and the same people were waiting for the table when we left because they had never either had the opportunity to or never invested in a relationship with the people that were there on the ground. Yeah. And so I think what I see for Lucas and where I challenge him in is to break that comfort zone of like being okay with, building relationships with people. I think, not like he's been hurt, but, it's been hard for him to trust people. Mm-hmm. And there's been an absurd amount of trust between us. And he knows that just believe in everything that he's capable of. And he is I don't like using this word, but he is like my most important project. As someone that I'm coaching and developing and mentoring, like his growth is extremely important to me.
Yeah.
Because I know that he has absurd potential.
Yeah, that's awesome. It seems like you guys have a lot of love and admiration for each other, and that you guys really kind of like vibe with it. But last question here, and we'll wrap up. What do you guys think you can work on in your relationship?
I don't think there's a lot we can work on.
Well, I'm sure we can work on things.
I think it's really hard to see from like an outside or like from an inside perspective.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like synergy. Like I think the cool thing about our relationship, more so than what we need to work on, is like he can come in fired up at me and like kind of be like pissed off like he was yesterday, and I can sit there and like not like return it back to him and try to get into it with him on something, and he can kind of like air me out, and like there's so much trust and love that I'm just like, okay. Like, let it eat, dude. Let it eat. And then I'll look at him and I'll just be like, who's the fucking boss, bro? And,
I think yesterday it was just like, why are you mad? And it was just like, why are you fired up right now? Why'd you come after me? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I think I just got to get it out.
Yeah. And I was like, all right. You know,
Alpha Jim.
Yeah. So it kind of sounds like as you're mentoring him.
Well, I think a big thing too is the passive compliance part too as well.
Yeah. And like, we're really clear on those things. So like, we're really clear on like, and we're cool with, you know, the things that we need to do personally too.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to take a chick on a date and we're talking about that, like how is that? It's not just work. Like, you know, we're real about like, where are you at with this?
Yeah.
And we're real with like, where is psychology's at?
Right.
And where is mental health's at? And, you know, where is he at as a human first, right? Like, if that's what we're all about, like, let's make sure that the people that are working within this ecosystem are about it too.
Right. So creating space for each other as you're mentoring him as he's going, like he needs to, like you are allowing him an opportunity to grow into himself.
And some days we understand where like, hey, we need a couple days apart or a day apart from each other.
Yeah, because it's like really hard to create space. 'Cause I feel like between us sometimes because like we're so heavily invested in each other.
Yeah,
where it's like my entire senior year was like, it was like the Tommy train. It was like, fuck, we're gonna go scale Costello Coaching. I'm gonna go learn all this stuff. I'm gonna go spend, 12 hours by myself, and the only person I see is, Tommy. It's like when we're filming. So that was like the biggest thing. It was like, like the only person I saw was him, and like the only person like he really saw, like kind of like I would say in his personal life was really me. And so it's like sometimes we do like have that break where it's like I see him on the screen, 8 hours a day if I'm, not as much anymore. But back then, maybe it's like 2 hours a day. I see him on the screen and then I see him for 2 hours a day filming or whatever we're doing in the business. And it's just like sometimes where it's like it's like the weekend. Like we don't need to be like we could deal with everything from home or whatever it is. And it's like because sometimes it's like when you see that person so much. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like,
it's not healthy.
Yeah. It's not healthy. I would say that for sure. It's like, cause you obviously love him like a brother, but it's like when you see your brother or sister too much and you're like, get the fuck out of my face. Or, get out of here.
Well, just for the listeners, as we're wrapping this whole thing up, it's good to at least get a face or a voice to the name of Lucas Keeler and why this is all possible. And I think it's really important that you guys continue to keep building the relationship that you are and working on the things that are great and having some, hey, good talks about, hey, this is what we're doing well. And then any relationship's going to be tough, but it's really important
every
for the viewers.
It's going to come to an end, right? That's what Big Tom said.
But it's important to have some, it's not a partnership.
Oh, it's not a partnership. That's right. I was like,
I own 100%.
Right. But it's just important
for. It kind of is a partnership.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you.
It's just important. Gosh, Lucas, stop ignoring me, bro.
No. Okay, you're good.
Lucas, no, it's okay because this is the last time you'll ever be behind the camera. No, you're good. You're just
take the mic away from the kids.
Yeah, I'm like talking and like trying to get a comment. And Lucas, and then he was like, dude, Camarillo game. We were like doing that. I'm like, dude, just let me talk. I'm just trying to give you guys some, some.
Many businesses to come.
I just want to at least get people to know who Lucas is and how you guys came to about. I think it's really important for everyone to understand that it's not just Tommy. And I think Tommy would be the first person to say that it's not just Tommy. And that's the thing 100%. That's really, really beautiful about your guys' relationship. And for people to check out Lucas and everything he's about, because he's, I've known you for probably 8-9 months now, right around that. Wow. And I don't spend as much time as you do with Tommy, obviously, because I'm only here for mostly podcasting stuff. But I do want to say this for you, Lucas, is you're a genuine guy, salt of the earth. And I think that your guys' relationship is a very important one, and you not taking advantage of anything. And I know you won't, but Tommy is an amazing person, but it also is important for you to know that you're an amazing person for Tommy. And you guys are learning a lot together and scaling an important business where you guys are helping people. So make sure you guys are helping each other first. And I know you guys will.
Oh yeah, we always are.
So we'll wrap that up.
Cold plunge sauna.
And
very good.
That's all we hope.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show. I hope you benefited from this. Give the show a follow, share it, and comment what you'd like to hear more of so we can help more people perform in all aspects of their lives.